How we doing, guys? Sam here with your weekly fishing report. Starting out, it's rockfish season, guys. Whether you're bait fishing or you're trolling or you're jigging, it's that time of the year. So starting out in the river systems, Magothy, Severn, South, things like that, you're going to see a lot of topwater fish. You're also going to be seeing a lot of fish coming out of those same areas that don't come from topwater. We're throwing lots of jerk baits, lots of paddletails, things like that. But what you're going to see most popularized throughout the fall is trolling. It's that time of the year. It can be super effective for you. This is just a classic tandem rig. It's one of the many options you can do trolling wise. That's a classic one there. Talking about some of the spots out there in the open bay, the mouths of the rivers and north of the bridge have been doing really well from what I hear for your fall fish, whether you're jigging or trolling out there. So those are good places to check out. Pretty hard to beat the bridge if you guys want to go out there and bait fish, spot, soft crabs, things like that are good bets for you. But as we progress through here, I can show you some of the lures that we're going to be using. So for the rockfish, this is a great option for you in those shallows, fish in those areas you would topwater fish. If you can't quite get them to commit to the topwater, it's pretty hard to beat jerk baits, whether you go with the Ozuris, X-Wraps, all sorts of stuff like that. Those are great options for you. And if we flip over here, we get to more of the exciting stuff. It's your topwater bait. So this is the Storm Chug Bug. That's a classic there. That's a really good option for you. Another really good bait are those Yozuri topwaters here. The great walking bait that casts really well. Those are good options for you there. So aside from rockfish, there's still a bunch of other stuff to do out there. So taking a look over here at some of your basic snakehead lures. Classic chatterbaits are a great option for you. Snakehead fishing has been a little bit better from what I hear opposed to last month, which is a good sign. So something to think about snakehead fishing wise as we progress into the fall. Your best time's going to be to fish is going to be in the evening times. When that sun has had the whole day to warm up the water, that's when you're going to want to target those fish. That afternoon bite is really going to be picking up as we progress through the fall. So perch fishing though is still going pretty well. It's hard to beat a classic sabiki rig, whether you want to fish over at the bridge. It's still kind of the summer patterns for the perch. You're seeing a few less in the rivers, but they're out there in the hard bottom too, in the open bay, that 10 to 20 foot range. Places like the bridge, areas like that, good hard bottom has been holding a ton of fish. So that's something to check out. And if we slip back here, we could touch on crabbing. So I know it's been a little bit of a tougher year for crabs. However, this is the time of the year when it gets really good. Nice, big, heavy, full crabs. I've heard some decent reports out of your local rivers. The Magothy, the Severn have been doing okay. But what I really hear is the east side, right across this on the other side. They've been doing a little bit better in the Chester area. So as far as rigs go for that, you're going to see a lot of traps, especially as we progress into later fall. What the traps do for you is that colder weather, the crabs tend not to hold on the trot line as much. So when you have the traps, you don't have to worry about that. So that's something to look forward to, is those big full crabs. Finally, I bring you guys to the spoon wall. It's starting to fizzle out, but if you're in the southern portion of the bay, there are still mackerel, bluefish to be caught. The bluefish are a little bit further up. You're seeing them, I think, as far up as Poplar Island, the bluefish, but the mackerel are pretty much pushed out. Classic baits for those, though, if you want to troll for the bluefish. Same kind of deal we'd be doing for the mackerel, but you're just going to go a little bit slower. The hardhead bomber spoons and the size one are a great option. And I know the classic Clark spoons, Clark spoons are a good bet for you as well. So if you guys do decide to head south, though, there's a lot of other stuff you can do. Headed down towards that Solomon's Island area and going further down, red fishing. And there's still a really good opportunity at some of those bigger fish. Now they're starting to fizzle out down towards the mouth of the bay, but there are still fish to be caught, and it's pretty hard to beat this guy. This has probably been catching more drum over the past few years, at least the big bulls, than any other bait. It's the 8-inch XL Streaks from Z-Man. That's a great bait and a phenomenal bait for Kobe as well. You're seeing a few left down there. We haven't heard too many reports of them, but they are still a couple. But those redfish are definitely still in their full swing. So we thank you guys for stopping by, and have a good one.